Hi everyone, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, if you're new, welcome. So, this is almost full. This is my empties from the beginning of August. I typically like to do my empties 15th of the month and the end of the month, but I'm a little bit behind in some of my videos. We have had so much going on with the new catalogue. I'm probably going to have to double back some videos because I'm just not catching up. There's so much I want to share with you all and I just can't keep up. So my daughter had to come home from school today. She bumped her head at school, so she has taken over the lounge room with her baby brother, which is why I'm in my son's room today. So if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, this is why. You've got Snowy, their budgie, and then you've got Luna, their lovebird. So they're busy in the background chirping away. So I do apologise if their chirping becomes a little bit too loud. So let's delve into my empties, shall we? So as usual, I am going to start off with non-wax products. So let's start off with laundry, shall we? So I went through a whole laundry system of pink cotton. So here are the washer whiffs and the laundry liquid. And do I have the, I'm sure I've got the dry discs in here, but we'll get to them when we get to them. And I also typically use up a Scent Soft as well. Pink cotton to me would have to be my favorite, one of my favorite laundry type scents. It is just crisp and clean, smells like fresh laundry, but then it's got a pink berry in it, which just adds that little bit of bright sweet note to it. This is the wax if I'm going to reach for a laundry type scent in wax, I will typically reach for pink cotton. So I'm not normally one that gravitates towards just plain laundry scents, but pink cotton is one that I do really, really enjoy. So after I used something leaking here, after I used up my pink cotton, so here's one of the pink cotton dry discs. I'm sure there is another pink cotton dry disc in there. After I used up pink cotton, and what I'm currently working my way through now is fluffy fleece in the laundry. I have used up the washer whiffs. I've still got a little bit of the laundry liquid. And because I didn't have fluffy fleece, let's say that 10 times really fast. Because I didn't have fluffy fleece in the Scent Soft, but I had a little bit of lavender cotton Scent Soft left over from when I did my lavender cotton bundle. So I've just been complementing the Scent Soft of, until it ran out, lavender cotton with fluffy fleece. So lavender cotton again is another beautiful laundry scent with just that little bit of floral. As I said, for me, I don't like plain crisp laundry scents. It has to have a bit of flower or a bit of berry or a bit of something sweet just to enhance that laundry note. So fluffy fleece for me. So that originally came out last year in our Home for the Holidays, I think, one of the Christmas bundles it came out in. Here in Australia, we only got it in bar size. We didn't get it in brick size. This year will be the first year, spoiler alert, that we will be getting some bricks here in Australia. but we got it in bar size last year in Fluffy Fleece. I liked it, but for a bar, I particularly wasn't overwhelmed. It was a little bit powdery to me, but in the laundry, it is absolutely beautiful. I can see why it works so much better in the laundry than in my personal opinion. I know some people really love that bar, and it's the same with Magnolia Linen. I know a lot of people really like Magnolia Linen bar, but they are two scents that I love in the laundry, but I'm just not overwhelmed with in the bar. This was quite a good performer on the clothes, quite strong. You could still smell it after it came through. It was clean, again giving you that clean laundry feel, but then you had like that powdery softness of the heliotrope, I believe, were one of the scent notes. So it had like this powdery, sweet, soft note to it as well. Absolutely beautiful. In the laundry, Fluffy Fleece would definitely be a repurchase for me. So what else have I got through non-wax wise? So as you can see, here's my second pink cotton dry disc. So let's talk about cleaning the house, shall we? We have used up a dish soap in Coastal Sunset. This is coconut and sandalwood, so you get that warmth, comfy feeling from the sandalwood, and then you get that summery, tropical, creamy coconut. I have fallen in love with Coastal Sunset in our cleaning range. It has to be probably my favourite fragrance in the cleaning range. I do really enjoy it in the bar as well, but I absolutely love it in our cleaning range. So, another dish soap. This one is Cloudberry Dreams. So, this one is rose and raspberry. You get that very tart raspberry with this. It's very fruity, very tart, and then you get that rose on the back end. But this is another scent that I really, really do enjoy. It is quite sharp and tart though. So, counter clean. So I used up a counter clean in Vanilla Mint. So this is the new fragrance in our cleaning range in our new catalogue. We did have it in a bar for a while. There is a citrus note which kind of, to me, makes this a little bit more astringent and a little bit more tartar than a lot of other minty scents. So you get the bright mint and then the vanilla, which kind of smooths it out, but then that citrus note for me kind of overtakes that smooth note that the vanilla is trying to make. I know, and again, a lot of people love this, but that citrus note just turns me off a little bit in the vanilla mint fragrance. If it didn't have that citrus note in this, I would probably really enjoy that a lot more. So we have the packet to the Fluffy Fleece dry discs, because as I said before, I like to do a whole laundry system with my laundry. So this is what I think's making the basket a bit gooey and leaky. So I used up a sugar scrub in Whipped Vanilla Lavender. This was from our Mother's Day collection, and I really do enjoy lavender scents. This lavender scent was in my Scentsy club for a little while, but I did end up taking it out only because its performance was quite light. But as a scent, It is really beautiful. So for me, I find lavender can go two ways. You can get the sharp, deep, herbal, straight from the garden lavender, or you can get like a softer, sweeter, powdery, floral that kind of reminds you of grandma. And I'm just throwing things everywhere. So this was kind of, to me, you had that rich, fresh, sharp herbal lavender from the garden mixed with grandma's soapy, powdery, pot puree type florally lavender. It, to me, was a beautiful combination of both. It wasn't one or the other, which I find a lot of lavender scents do go one or the other. So you got the brightness and the herbaceousness, herbal note of a fresh lavender, and then that whipped vanilla smoothed it down and gave it just a little bit of a powdery, softer, creamy finish. So that was whipped vanilla lavender. And speaking of whipped vanilla lavender, so I did a market event last weekend, and I typically will open up one of the fragrance flowers because it's an outdoor market event, so I don't have access to electricity, so I can get some of our fragrances going just to give the experience of what some of our Scentsy fragrances smell like. So I will typically open a fragrance flower. So I opened up the whipped vanilla lavender flower. It's now in my bathroom on the windowsill where I like to keep my flowers. I like to keep one in the bathroom, one in the toilet. This one's in the toilet actually, and one in the laundry. They're kind of the three places I like to keep them on the windowsill for that little bit of extra fragrance. They do cover smaller spaces. They're not going to be room filling. Now, usually by the time the next market rolls around, which is a month, I'm ready to change out my flower. I still have Coastal Sunset in the bathroom 3 months later because I missed the last two markets, and it's still got oil in the bottom. It's still got about this much oil in the bottom. So that Coastal Sunset flower is still living its life out in the bathroom. So this one went into the toilet, and when I put this in the toilet for the first 24, 48 hours, it filled up that toilet room. So this is a really great performer, this particular fragrance flower. Unfortunately, this particular fragrance was from our Mother's Day collection, so it's no longer available, but it may pop up in a clearance update. You never ever know. So next, I had a 25 watt globe blow, so I've replaced it. Can't remember what warmer. I've got lots of warmers in the house. I know I had to replace one of the warmers in the house. I just can't quite, for the life of me, because this has been probably in here probably at the beginning of the month for 3 weeks maybe, so I can't remember what warmer I replaced, but I replaced a light globe. So there's the packet to pink cotton dryer discs. So I have a Stitch Experiment 626 scent pack, which I put in my Stitch Buddy. We had our Stitch fragrance and our Angel fragrance get re-released, so, and my Stitch Buddy had lost some of his scent, so I picked him up another scent pack and freshened him up. So I have another. Now I know you only get 2 dry discs, so I have 3 dry discs in the pink. I think one of them might be Magnolia Linen that I hadn't quite lost all its scent. So I think 2 of these are pink cotton and one of these is Magnolia Linen that have been used up. So let's talk pods, shall we? Before heading on to wax. There isn't There we go. Fourth dry disc. So I must have had 2 magnolia linen, 2 pink cotton going. So, and I do think magnolia linen was the one I had going before pink cotton. So I'd say that's how I ended up with 4 dry discs in pink colour. Pods. So I haven't changed many of my pods out. I only changed one of my fan diffusers out this go round. So I changed out Blueberry Burst from the one in the kitchen. It's lost most of its scent. To me, it smelled like a stewed blueberry on a pot. And I switched it out for Lemon Drizzle Cake. Both of these were from our Easter collection. Lemon Drizzle Cake was probably by far my most favourite scent from that trio of scents. It's a bright, sweet lemon mixed with a little bit of a cake note. Really, really enjoy Lemon Drizzle Cake. So that's what's currently going in the kitchen. Now on to all of this beauty, which is wax except for my oils. So my oils that I've been diffusing in that little container. But the rest we're going to talk about is the wax that I have been using recently. So should we start with what's coming next month? So 2 bars down already of Gimme Candy, which is next month, scent of the month. I used 1 to make samples and I warmed 1 through the kitchen. This scent's going into my Scentsy Club. It's like a rich, decadent butterscotch caramel, but when it's warming, I also got a little bit of like a buttered popcorn note when it was warming. So I got that rich, decadent, sweet buttercream caramel or toffee note mixed with buttered popcorn when it was warming. But I did really, really enjoy it. And we don't have many bakery scents here in Australia. So when we do get bakery scents, I do lap them up. So the other items that will be returning next month, which I have just completed doing samples for to send out with Happy Mail in our Harvest collection, is the Harry Potter collection. So let's talk about the Harry Potter collection, shall we? So Gryffindor, Bravery and Determination. This is a deep, dark, smoky, woodsy flavour. You do get almost like a smoked sweetness from the smokiness with this. I really, really do enjoy it. It was in my Scentsy Club till I knew it was coming back. It will probably go back into my Scentsy Club again, but it is one of those scents that I would probably typically warm more in winter than in summer. Slytherin, Harry Potter, Cunning and Ambition. So this was also in my Scentsy Club till I took it out. I'm in 2 arms whether I'm going to add this back into my Scentsy Club or not. I know I'm definitely going to pick up more. And the reason being, this was probably the lightest of the scents from this collection. So you get like earthy, woodsy, mossy scent, but then there's this blackberry note which kind of sweetens it. And last bars I warmed here in my son's room. And because it was so light, I didn't really get a full concept of, I know I enjoyed it, but I didn't get a full concept of how much I would warm it or how regularly I would warm it or how much I really did enjoy it. So I kind of feel I need to buy a few more of these bars and really test it out before deciding whether this particular one will go back into my club. One that I know is definitely going back into my club is Ravenclaw Wit and... Okay, so phone just rang. So Ravenclaw Wit and Wisdom I was talking about. So this is one that's definitely going back into my Scentsy Club. This is so unique and it is so beautiful. It is masculine and airy and perfumey and sweet at the same time. Think now I know everyone reads books on their iPads now, everything's gone digital, but think when you would walk into a library and you would smell those books. You could smell the thick bound leather books, the musky pages, a little bit of cologne wafting in the air. This is absolutely beautiful. So this is probably my least favourite, and I would have thought it would have been my most favourite when it first came out, and that is Hufflepuff Just and Loyal. It's meant to be like a bakery scent. I smell burnt toffee when I smell this. Toffee taken too far, and you have like that burnt, almost caramelized toffee edge note. Now, very similar to Gimme Candy, but Gimme Candy doesn't have that bitter edge note because the toffee hasn't gone too far. It's just gone to the edge when you smell this, so you still smell that rich, creamy, sweet decadence. So it's a little bit sweeter. And actually doing samples for this for the second time, I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than I did when I first warmed it the first time. So I don't know if my nose has changed or this has grown on me a little bit. Still wouldn't be club worthy for me, whereas Gimme Candy is club worthy. But I may pick up 1 or 2 bars just to try as some mixes and see. But definitely probably my least favourite out of the 4 of the Hogwarts houses. So that's what's coming in September. So let's talk about the rest of what I have been warming. So from a flash sale, I picked up Atlantic Air. So the weather here is starting to shift a little bit. We're coming into spring, it's starting to warm up. So you're going to see a little bit of a combination of scents here. You're going to still see me enjoying some of those wintry scents, but you're going to see me starting to transition more as the weather starts to warm. And when I transition, I start to reach for fresh, airy scents as like a bit of a palette cleanser or a bit of a scent cleanser for the house. So this was from a flash sale, Atlantic Air, and this is quite pretty. It's very airy, it's very aquatic, fresh, but it's got like a little bit of a, almost, I want to say, perfumey note to it. There's a little bit of a sweetness to the aquatic in this. This would probably be, and I'm not one usually for straight out aquatic notes. I find them sometimes a little bit too salty sea air or just blah. But if this was available, Atlantic Air would probably be a repurchase for me. So I have that going in the main living area, that one. So let's talk about this month's scent of the month, shall we? Because I'm sure I've got a couple of bars of that. So I've gone through 2 of Glacier Water, this month's scent of the month. 1 bar was for samples. The other bar I put through the bathroom and the laundry area. So this, again, I enjoyed, but I wasn't in love with. To me, it was just a clean, simple, aquatic scent. There was a little bit of a florally note from the lavender on the edge of it, but I got more clean and aquatic than anything else out of Glacier Water. So that's this month's scent of the month. Angel Experiment 624. So this one was warmed in my daughter's room. It's like a creamy berry milkshake. Very fruity, very bright and vibrant, with like strawberries, goji berry, all those red berries, but it's got a creamy note to it, which makes it more like a milkshake rather than just as opposed to a berry. What recently has just come back out of the vault, Disney Wear More Mad here. This was done in my daughter's room as well. And this is the scent that had me join up for Scentsy Club. So this is bright, tart and sweet all in one, but it's very, very fizzy as well. So it has this effervescent note to it that just makes this really fun. You open it and you smell it and you're bam smacked in your face with this fizzy tart berry, and then you get like this sugary sweet burst. I really, really love this scent. Like when I warm this, I can't help but feel happy. It's one of those type of scents. So I think I've gone through, how many did I get through from? Okay, so I've just come across a fourth. No, one, two, fifth. I've come across a fifth one of these dry discs. So these are all these five are either a combination of pink cotton or magnolia linen. So you can tell I really love pink cotton and magnolia linen when it comes to my laundry. So I think I've gone through 3 out of the 5 or 6. Is there 6 scents in the All Is Well collection or 5? Can't remember. Haven't gone through all of them yet. Have I gone through 3 or 2? So I must have only gone through 2. I thought I went through 3, but no. I've only gone through 2 from the current All Is Well collection, which is still available. So, and I think I've got 3 or 4 left to warm through. So I warmed through Vitamin Relax. If you like Pacific Sandalwood, Vanilla Oud, those type of scents, I think you'd enjoy Relax. It's just this warm, inviting, cozy scent. Makes you want to curl up and read a book too. It's sweet but earthy at the same time. So you get that warmth from like a is it sandalwood in there, I think? So you get the warmth from the sandalwood. You get a slight perfumey sweetness note from like a musk or a vanilla or something that's kind of smoothing it out, making it slightly smooth. This one went straight into my Scentsy Club. And then you've got Vitamin Soothe. So this was kind of the aquatic version from that scent, and it was quite a good performer. It did have a little bit of a salty edge to it, but there was also a little bit of a sweet edge to this as well. I kind of feel if you like those fresh aquatic notes, you would enjoy Vitamin Soothe. As I said, I'm not always the biggest fan of just plain aquatic notes, but I was in that cleansing mood this month as the weather was starting to warm up. I wasn't quite ready for full-on summer, fruity and tropical. And when I'm not quite ready for full-on summer and tropical, but want something a little bit lighter and brighter, heading towards summer, I do reach for those fresher scents. So that one went into the bathroom and the laundry. So, Lemon Drizzle Cake. That went into the kitchen. This is a lemon cake at its best. It's bright, it's sweet, it's sugary. You get that cakey note and you get that zestiness from the lemon. This was from the Easter collection. This is in my Scentsy Club. I get one every 3 months. and as soon as it comes, it goes into my warmer. I should have probably put more than one every. And back again, I just had a visitor. So we were talking about the fantastic lemon drizzle cake from our Easter collection. It's just this beautiful lemon and cake scent, and this is another scent. I really love bakery, and I tend to want bakery more in winter because they are heavier, they are richer scents, but this is a brighter bakery scent that I can warm all year round, and it's really good as we're transitioning into summer. I can enjoy this in summer, but I can enjoy it during those warmer weathers where some of those heavier scents just are a little bit too heavy for me. So, sips of cider. So this is new to our catalogue this season and is currently available. I'm not going to say I hated this scent because I didn't. I enjoyed this scent, but I was just expecting more out of this scent, to be honest with you. I was expecting a beautiful, rich cider scent. What I got was, and for want of a better word, and I don't mean it in a bad way, I got a flatter spiced orange rather than a cider scent. And I'm not using flat as a bad way, but as far as orange spice scents go, as far as cider scents go, for me there are just better ones out there, and this is kind of a flatter version of them. It's really nice for me to use as a winter scent if I'm looking for a fruity winter scent. The cinnamon's getting up my nose a little bit, pardon me. So you do smell those spices and you do smell that blood orange. So it's a spiced orange scent. So it's a really nice winter fruity scent that's different. But for me, I just feel I enjoy Sour Wonderland a lot better, for instance. That to me is an orange spiced scent, and that added tree note just gives it that little bit of more of a brightness as opposed to the flatness I kind of smelt with this. And there are better cider scents out there which come across more with those mulling spices that you get in a cider. Saying that, this was still enjoyable, but as I said, for want of a better word, it was kind of a flatter spiced orange as opposed to a cider. The next one we're going to talk about, so that was warmed in the open concept area too. In my bedroom, I warmed Vanilla Oud. This is in my Scentsy Club. This is another one of my staple go-to bedroom scents. This bar was looking a little bit sorry for himself. So this is woodsy, deep, with a bit of a masculine edge to it, but sweet and perfumey at the same time. You've got the creaminess from the vanilla. You've got that dark, masculine, earthy notes verging on that woodsy cologne. It's beautiful. I will never be without Vanilla Oud. Absolutely love it. And I'm excited to actually try and compare it to Vanilla Suede, which is coming in the upcoming Bring Back My Bars. So, Blue Sage and Tonka. So, I think I warmed this in the bathroom and the laundry area. This is also another Currant one in our catalogue. This is like a powdery cologne. I get a lot of powdery, fresh notes when I smell this, and a perfumey cologne when I smell this. Again, on the masculine side, but a little bit more powdery and perfumey as a masculine cologne. I'm not the biggest cologne fan. Was enjoyable. If it come in a whiff box or I was gifted it, I would warm and enjoy it again. But again, I don't typically gravitate towards a lot of cologne scents, and that was kind of sitting in my collection since it was a new release this time last year. So I had that bar floating around in my collection for about a year, so I decided it was about time I got through it. So this is an old one. I had a few cubes left from Rainfall and Lush Green's Mix It collection. So when the Mix It collection first came out, I think 3 of the 5 scents made it into my club. This was one of them. None of those scents are in my club anymore. So this was the aquatic version, and this was kind of what I fell in love with till Hibiscus Water came along, and then Hibiscus Water kind of replaced my aquatic scent. So I say I don't typically use aquatic scents, but I always have 1 or 2 that I like to warm during transition or in summer, just to give like a bit of a tropical vibe. And this just was a sweet, fresh, watery, aquatic scent, and true to its name, because this actual collection was designed to be mixed with other scents. Was really beautiful as a mixing collection. So I used to warm this when it first came out all the time in my bathroom and laundry. So this was one aquatic scent that I did really enjoy. I had a few cubes left, so rather than hoard them, I decided to use her up. So, Kage in a mug. This went into my kitchen. Creamy, decadent hot chocolate. It does have a little bit of a cookie base to it, but it's like sitting down with a warm cup of hot chocolate. It's creamy, it's chocolatey, it's everything warm and cozy. And let's talk about this one that I had floating in a whip box. When I first joined up, I picked up a few bars from the clearance section and forgot that I picked them up. Stuck them in a whip box. I found that whip box the other day. One of them that was in there was a Mocha-Doodle. So this must have been in the clearance section when I first joined, because it wasn't available in the catalogue as a catalogue item. It's coming back in our next Bring Back My Bar. So I warmed through a bar of Mocha-Doodle, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's got that chocolate note, but it's got that coffee note at the same time. So whereas Hugging a Mug's very creamy, very rich, you still get the rich chocolate note in this, but you get that little bit of sharpness from the coffee as well. And I really, really enjoy that. This is going in to my Scentsy club when it comes back in Bring Back My Bar. Loved it that much. So let's talk about a combination I warmed that I get every time I warm this combination. I get comments. I get people visit my house and tell me how amazing the house smells when I warm this particular combination. And I do kind of feel you need to enjoy Plum to kind of enjoy this combination, because I go heavy on the Plum with this combination. But without a doubt, I always get a comment of a stranger, of a friend, of someone visiting, how wonderful the house smells every time I have this combination going. 2 of them are in my Scentsy club. 1, I think I've got 3 bars left, because I took it out of my Scentsy club thinking I didn't enjoy the scent as much as I did. And then I found this combination and have been kicking myself ever since. So this combination is Mistress of Evil. So this is a fruity plum. It's got gardenia, it's got blood orange in the scent notes, but I just get rich fruity plums. Sweet plum pastry. So this is like plums being stewed in a pot, and pretty and plum, which is again plums, but it's got like this crusty note from a black coconut. So you get more of that bakery note. So I pop these in alternating warmers through my house, and these 3 bars, and it's plum heaven. As I said, I get comments every time I warm that particular combination. So that was done in the open concept area. What was also done in the open concept area, again looking for that fresh type of note, in alternating warmers I did whiteout. I picked up a couple of whiteout bars from a flash sale and Olaf Warm Hugs, which I have in my Scentsy club. So whiteout is a sharper, brighter mint. It has a little bit of an apple in it and a little bit of a tree note, but it's a very sharp, toothpastey, bright mint to my nose, whereas Olaf Warm Hugs is more like a buttermint. It's got a little bit more of that smooth vanilla finish. So, and I do find when I'm warming this, it's a little bit lighter. So I tend to warm it more in bedrooms as opposed to open concept area. But I wanted to tone down the toothpaste note that I get in whiteout. I really do enjoy whiteout, but I didn't want it too sharp and too astringent. So I just mixed Olaf with it, and they complemented each other really, really well. I really did enjoy that mixture. It kind of cleansed the palette, cleansed the area of all those heavier scents I had been warming. And at the same time as warming that in my bedroom, I warmed Silver Bells. I have this in my Scentsy club. It is never leaving my Scentsy club. I am really, really sad that scent has retired. This is another minty smell, but it's more candy cane, sugary mint, and then you get that sweetness from the pear. It kind of comes across a little bit perfumey, but it is really, really beautiful. Won't ever leave my Scentsy Club Silver Bells. So they were kind of where I was trying to break up the heavy scents that I'd been warming through the month. In my bedroom currently, Cider Mill. Again, this is never leaving my Scentsy Club. It's pumpkin, apple and spices. It's sweet, it's dreamy, it's heavenly. It's warm and comforting. Again, it's like mulling spices on a stove. I don't smell pumpkin, I don't smell apple. I smell just this beautiful, warm, syrupy, almost honey-like combination of a spiced cider. It is absolutely beautiful. So I would take Cider Mill any day over Sips of Cider, and maybe because Sips of Cider is more citrus based, whereas this is more apple spice based, and I do find I steer more towards an apple spice cider than I would a orange cider, but this is just done perfectly, Cider Mill. So speaking of cider scents, I must have been in the cider mood. Mulled cider and spice. I think I did that with Sips of Cider because I wanted to kind of add more cider to the Sips of Cider, which I thought was more of a spiced orange. And I thought that would complement each other. This is a lot more heavier on the spice though. So this kind of brought more of spice to that combination than it did cider to that combination, if that is making sense. So I had in my bedroom going ginger spice. So this was the scent of the month from February of 2020. So it is basically amber and ginger. Now on cold you get a very sharp note from the ginger. When it's warming, a lot more of that amber comes through. So you get that soft, perfumey, heady, heavy, and an amber note. And then you get that sharpness of the ginger on the back end. So as opposed to Love Story, which is also amber heavy, but it has a sweetness from the jasmine and chocolate. I think I prefer Love Story better, but both of those scents are amber heavy. This is just a little bit more spicy amber, whereas Love Story is more sweet amber, if that makes sense. So that was ginger spice. In the boys' room and my daughter's room, we went through a bar of Mulan Not Your Everyday Jargon. This is another one that's got ginger in it, but it's got mango and tropical flowers, so it's a deeper tropical fruity scent. So that was again another one that was looking a bit sorry for itself that I had to use up. And the last bar in here is Black Currant and Plum. Currant to our catalogue. So this one, to me, the currant comes across more than the plum, and I was hoping more of the plum. You get the earthy notes from the plum, and you get almost a bitter, sharp note from the currant. It is very earthy, it's very deep, but it is also very light. I just kind of wished it was a bit stronger. I could only just smell it in my bedroom. I kind of feel this might be one that might need a little bit of a curing time to get full benefits of it. It's just not a great strong performer in my opinion. So they are the bars I got through. Let's talk about oils I got through. I've put them in a little stitch container. So I have been enjoying Twinkle Twinkle in the bedroom. So this is like a combination of lavender and chamomile and all sorts of soothing type oily scents. So it's one that I do enjoy warming in the bedroom. I've been enjoying peppermint and vanilla, and it is as it states. It's a very beautiful, buttery, creamy peppermint scent. And it comes across buttery and creamy because of that vanilla. So you get the bright, sharp peppermint, and then you get the creaminess of the vanilla. The next one, Toasted Vanilla Cranberry. This is new to our catalogue this season, and it's probably my most favourite one out of the new oils. It's kind of, to me, playing on that tart and sweet, and then you get the cinnamon. It is beautiful. So you get that rich, sweet but tart cranberry. You get this smooth, like it's like a cooking cinnamon, and then you get the smoothness of the vanilla. Absolutely love Toasted Vanilla and Cranberry. I will be definitely purchasing some full-size bottles of that before the season is out. And the last one I was warming or diffusing was Grapefruit and Blood Orange. So this one, you get that bright, sharp grapefruit and blood orange. So this is very bright and sharp, this oil. So that is the end of my empties, and that is what I have got through. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be on again. I've got lots of things to share with you. It's just a matter of getting the videos filmed. Until then, stay safe and bye for now.